My name's Chris Hastings. I'm a senior consultant with Equity Release Experts. Equity Release, in a nutshell, is really just helping those parents, and in a lot of cases grandparents as well, release money from their property which ordinarily they can't get their hands on. They don't want to move, and the only way that they can usually get their hands on the money is by selling the property. And if they've been in that property for 20, 30, 40 years, they don't want to really move. All we're doing is releasing their money from their property, and we can do that in a couple of ways. We can take out a lump sum, which allows them to raise, in this case, the deposit. Or we can do what's called a drawdown, where we can take a little bit now and we can agree a facility, so when you're ready to get on the property ladder, they can take the money when and if they need it. If we take money out of the property, take money out of your parents' property, they're going to lose some of the equity in the property, and it's going to come out of your estate as it grows, basically. So there is a downside, but there are a lot of positives to this. And usually when we sit down and work out a plan, the children are very much involved in the whole process. And we know exactly where they're going to be, not just now, but where they're going to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, and having a plan in place so they can work out what they want to do.
For me to give some money to my son, whether it's equity release or cash, how does that affect my son's tax statement?
You can gift amounts on there, but we'd have to look at your specific situation and where your tax liabilities are to see whether or not you would have anything to pay on that.
With the shared ownership, if you're saying that obviously the value, the rent amount you're paying is going to go up, then we've got to kind of think like 5 years down the line.
You would pay a rent that is related to that initial share, but if the housing market suddenly increases by 20%, the rent doesn't, the rent just increases by inflation.
I was interested on the reduced rate if you're privately renting.
We have a lot of landlords that we call circumstantial landlords, whereby they've had to rent their property out because they've moved abroad or they've had no other option, and now they might just want to dispose of that asset. And you, as a sitting tenant who's there, you want to buy it, they know that you've been good and want to help you, they may well want to do that for you. It is something that we would be open to having those conversations with our landlords if that's something you wish for us to do.